Yeah.
Gosh, we're so awesome.
It's a lot. You should put an X on the floor, but. Yes.
Don't write a letter when you want to leave. Don't call me at 3 a.m. from a friend's apartment. I'd like to choose how I hear the news. Take me to a park that's covered with trees. Tell me on a Sunday, please. Don't want to know who's to blame. It won't help me knowing. Don't want to fight day and night. Bad enough you're going. Don't leave in silence with no words at all. Don't get drunk and slam the door. That's no way to end this. I know how I want you to say goodbye. Don't run out in the pouring rain. Don't call me as they call your plane. Take the hurt out of all this pain. Take me to a park that's covered with trees. Tell me on a Sunday, please.
Very nice. B-A-L-L-A-D.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, it's trying to make ballet out of it. Bear with me here just for a second. Yeah. Well, you did something. I've been asking somebody to do this all day. You did it finally. One person. I said, I want somebody to do this to me. And that note did it. It was like, woo, blew my face back. That was a nice note. Wow. Wow. And it was on pitch and everything. I mean, it sounded to me like it was, but I'm
Yes,
old.
it was.
Good job. Okay. This song, I'm familiar with it, but not really familiar with it. I mean, I've heard it. It's got a lot of levels.
Yes.
And it's harder than it seems, I think, right? Yeah, because she'll probably talk about it as a woman to woman. I love that she's in here to talk like that. But there's so many levels, and that big note was so wonderful and big that you got to really watch the blend. Just make sure it's, the blend. The low end, you got a really good low end too, but watch your pitch on the low end. A couple times you went flat on the lower end, which I don't really care that much, and it's weird because I love your tone. So don't give up that tone, just think of sitting on top of the note, instead of kind of reaching up towards it. But just a couple times, it wasn't a big deal. That's a great audition song. I wrote that down before even the big note. And then when the big note came, I said, oh, now it's a great audition song.
That was her audition song.
Huh?
That was
yeah,
it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And just, I say a good audition song, I don't know if it's a known, but an audition song and a competition song doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you want to, like we said earlier, if you sing a song from a show that we don't get to see you perform in the whole show, we have to watch you do all your highs and lows in the one song. You have to give us pretty much the whole show in one song. So we have to have the acting and the pitch and the balance and everything, whereas truthfully you need that in an audition. But in an audition it's nice to have the big note and nice to just sit there and blow their, their minds. Good, a friend of mine taught me this, and it was a wonderful thing that I learned. Don't relax on a ballad. You're always pushing forward on a ballad. You're never on your heels on a ballad. You've never breathed out on a ballad. You're always on your toes and you're always pushing forward. And that end, just the very end of your song, I felt like you kind of went this way as you did it, where it really needed to come this way as you did it.
Okay.
But other than that, 8th grade?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
So, this is one of my favorite songs, actually.
So good, I'm glad you know.
Yes, I love this song for a very long time, long before you were ever born. And I think this is a hard song in the fact that it's a very mature song about what you're singing about, right? So it's, you're singing about a breakup.
Yes.
And so my big thing was like, who are you talking to?
Oh, I'm talking to my future, basically like my future boyfriend, because I know because I've gone through a lot of breakups. So basically the next time I go through another breakup, I'm basically saying, could you be a little more nice about it?
Okay.
In the song.
And have you personally gone through a lot of breakups? Okay, cool.
What'd you say, yes?
Yes. You're so young.
It's true. I mean, it
Okay.
happens.
A
now.
lot.
The other thing I would say is that Richard Sabelico, who's a really famous audition technique coach in New York, always taught us to really raise the stakes really high in any song. So, and this may sound awful, but to get you to an acting place in this, because to me, I thought the song was great, you sang it ridiculously, but it felt a little like a concert to me, and not like a musical theater piece.
Yes.
And because I didn't feel like you told an arc of a story, right? I didn't know that, I didn't feel like there was enough at stake. I thought you sang it beautifully, but I felt like we needed more depth in the acting.
Mm-hmm.
And so what if this song was about someone telling you that they're dying of cancer? Can you tell me this way? Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be about a breakup. That's the beautiful thing about a song. It can be about anything. What is going to get you to that emotional place? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that, because that take note, which is ridiculous that you hit that note, but it almost seemed to come out of nowhere for me. It sounded like two different songs. It wasn't earned
Yes.
by the acting, right? But if you take me to a place where that note is earned, I'm going to be like this against the wall. Because
We'll be getting the
technique-wise,
Kleenex out, too.
exactly, right? And I think that's what was missing. Because you have everything else. You got the whole package. You're gorgeous, you know what I mean? The voice is there. So now we just got to work on getting the depth of that.
Yes.
And the reason we can say this and take you to this level is because you just presented a really professionally, beautifully sung song, right? So now we want everything. I want all of it. I want the kitchen sink. And then with that, there was a couple times where when you'd go up the silence, it's the
Don't leave inside.
there's a couple times when you would go "Don't leave inside," and you'd back off that note, and you can't. You got to push through because that's what you're talking about. Don't leave in silence, and it sounded like don't leave in silence. Don't leave in silence instead of don't leave inside. Like push through to that note because that's the apex of the phrase. Right? There's a couple times when it's because are you more of a soprano or a?
I'm a soprano.
Okay.
I can belt too. I do.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That take note, was that a mix?
No.
That take it was a belt.
I'm not very good at mixing, so I like never mix.
It sounded like a mix, which is great. It sounded healthy, which was great about it. So yeah, pull some more of that chest up into those notes, right?
Yeah.
So that you have somewhere to go. I mean, so that you can push through some of those notes. I have two specific, that one and this I know.
Oh. This I know how I.
Yeah, you like, this I know how I, and it sounds, you know what I mean? And I was like, what were those words? Right, so push through those. Oh, watch your hands. You did a lot of the same, yes,
I have a problem with hands.
right. And so I'm going to tell her the same thing that I told everyone else. When you work on this song at home as an exercise, never stop moving. Never stop moving. In fact, you should practice it. How does it start? How does the song start?
Don't write a letter. Don't write a letter.
Don't write a letter. Da 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 da. Just so it, and we're gonna practice it right here, and do it as an exercise, so that then you find the places that's gonna be like, oh God, I gotta move here because I gotta tell this person's gonna tell me they're dying, right? Can we try it?
Yes.
Take it from the beginning.
So just more movement.
Move it and
Not necessarily what you'll do in real life, it's
No.
just as an
This is
exercise.
an exercise. And take a moment, turn around, take a moment to yourself and really think of something that would rock your world, maybe not in a good way. It's that someone's going to take you to a park and tell you about.
From the top?
Yeah.
Don't write a letter when you want to leave. Don't call me at 3 a.m. from a friend's abroad. Midnight to cheer. I hear the news.
Kneel down.
Take me to a park. It's covered with trees. Tell me on a Sunday, please. Don't want to know who's to blame. It won't help me knowing. Don't want to fight day and night. Bad enough you're going. Don't leave in silence.
See that? Okay, pause there.
Silence.
So you gotta know it's coming. Don't leave inside. You gotta push through, and I know because you're switching up to your head voice.
I can belt it.
You don't need necessarily to belt it though. You just have to
Okay.
find it.
Leave in silence.
Yeah, you just gotta
Silence.
Yeah, just pulling a little more, and don't push. Don't do it
No
pushing.
pushing, no.
And you may not find it now. You might have to do it on like an just to find that strength underneath it. But it's better already.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like it's already. I'm already with you more. I don't know what's happening, but I'm already engaged.
And we want you to, we're taking you out of your comfort zone on purpose, just so you know. So, I mean, it's kind of
Right.
mean of us, but it'll help you in the long run.
Right. So yeah, when you do it, don't use your hands. Try not to use your hands.
Okay.
Or if you're going to do it, use bigger hands, right?
Okay.
Oh, like whatever it is. Continue to work the song. This is a good song for you. It's beautiful in your voice. I would love to see her then do, I always want to ask for another 16 bars of something
I
else.
know.
I want to see you do like some sort of like up-tempo, like show.
We would love if they had like a two-song.
You know, like an all that jazz type thing or something, you know, like I don't know.
I can sing shy.
I know.
It's not in the rules. Unfortunately, it's not in the rules. But
Yeah, I know, I can't do it, but.
no, but I learned the thing that she's telling you about the movement and everything. I learned that today from her. I'm going to use it for sure because it's something that I know will help.
And I need to do it. I can sit here and need to take my own medicine too.
It's
Like
a
these
really
are things
good-
that I need to be doing as I'm auditioning. You know what I mean? It's just it just takes, get uncomfortable. It's the only way you're going to find.
We over-rehearse sometimes, especially for something like this or an audition, because we want to be perfect. And sometimes the imperfectness of the song is what gets us the role.
We want to see you experience. You want to affect the room in an audition. You want people to go, I don't know what just happened, but I want more of that.
And have you noticed, and this will hopefully, and you might have even noticed in an audition, I don't want to leave you out of this conversation, but when a director or a callback and they work with you like we are right now, and when I am surprised at myself at the same time is usually the time I get that I get cast.
Mhm.
We both kind of go, whoa, where'd that come from? And all of a sudden I get the role. They call me. So that's why it's a contradiction of terms. We rehearse so good to be perfect, and then he or she takes us out of our comfort zone, makes us go somewhere new, and we both love it, and we get the job.
The key to, and that's exactly what you're
weird.
saying, I completely agree.
I hate
The
it.
key to being an amazing performer is that because the technique is so polished and so there, but then emotionally is where you need to be uncomfortable, right? And physically, like that's where the magic comes from. Because you never want the technique not to feel comfortable, because that's when that's scary, right? And you don't want to see that either, right?
Right, no.
And because that's solid, then you can go wherever, and that's what's exciting. Yeah, we want to be like, oh, I don't know what's she
Well,
gonna
my son's a TV and film actor, and he did something that I would never do, but he believes in it, and it gets him work. He memorizes his sides, his audition sheets. He memorizes them as no character. He memorizes the words and gets them in his head, but he doesn't want to have them with feeling until he gets into the room. He goes, because it can change every time I do it, Dad.
And it should.
He goes, yeah. He goes, I want to be in the moment, and if I rehearse it, I'll just do it as a robot.
Right.
And I don't understand that because I didn't work that way. But it's something that I throw out there just in case. You read the words of a song, read them as a scene, and you might get a different feel for the song than when you sing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're talented. You look like she's 29 years old.
And how many all these boyfriends were having it before?
Yeah, she's been through a lot of breakups. What's going on there?
Is Dad here?
Yeah.
Oh, your dad? Dad, do you have a shotgun? because mine was.
I got the beast over there.
There you go.
Watch out.
Like the kid in The Blind Side.